Hi everybody, it's Steve here. Like a lot of school chaplains, I've not actually been able to physically go into school in these last few months. Like many of us, I've had to adapt using platforms like this, video, and that's been well enough received. But I am conscious that I'm not getting that contact each week with the pupils and the staff, certainly not to the same extent as before. What contact I do have lets me know that they're struggling. Many of them are suffering. This current pandemic has had a huge impact on individuals and families, but also, of course, on schools and the way schooling is done. For many of the pupils and the staff, it's been a tough slog, and there seems little end to it just yet. I've been thinking about how we can support those in school. One of the things I'd thought about is what I call a wee comfort box. And I want to show you the idea. I'll show you what I do with them, but it's up to you how you adapt it and use it. You can either copy this idea, or I'm sure you could come up with something just as creative yourselves. Comfort box is literally a little box. I started out using household match boxes, putting covers on those, and then I started making my own little boxes. I call this a comfort box because what I do is I put inside it some things that help people to meditate, to pause, to reflect. In this current pandemic, a lot of people are struggling, a lot of emotions and feelings. Many are facing losses. That's where a comfort box gives a chance to express the feelings and emotions. It gives a little oasis, time for quietness. I put some items in the box and I give a little card that gives some ideas for reflection. In the box, for example, I put some cotton wool, just cotton wool balls, and I put those in as the base in the box. The point for reflection is it's hard just now, and we could all do with a touch of softness in our lives. The cotton wool comes in handy for thinking about that. You can feel it. You can brush it down your face and feel how soft it is. You know how it can absorb tears too. Softness helps us cope. If you're finding it hard and you want a little bit of softness, some cotton wool. Up to you how you do this, but I also link this to some Bible verses. So with the cotton wool, I link it to Matthew 5. Blessed are those who mourn. They will be comforted. Another item I put in the box is very simple, just a little tea light. I like to pick a scented one, because then you're touching more than just one sense, as it were, the visual sense of seeing a candle burn. You also trigger another sense of smell, something pleasant. And the tea light goes in the box too, the point for reflection. This is dark. These are dark times. And we talk about light at the end of the tunnel. When will things get brighter? When will it get better? The candle also has an association, of course, for prayerfulness. And that's what the card encourages. A moment when it feels dark, you can take out the tea light and light that carefully, with an adult helping, of course, if it's children you're talking to. But you light that when you feel dark and you have a moment of light, of warmth, perhaps a focus for prayer or meditation. And with the scent, the smell, something sweet and comforting about that. Again, I link it to a Bible verse. You might have a better one, or you might have a quote you want to link to. From Isaiah, the people walking in darkness have seen a great light. Another little item that I put in is a very simple thing, just a paper clip. It's for those moments when it feels like you're not holding it together. When you feel you're adrift, you don't know where you're at, you've lost the page. Something as simple as that, to be able to hold that and acknowledge I'm feeling adrift. I'm feeling lost. I need something that will help me to keep things together. That can turn into a little meditation. Who are the people that help you keep it together? What are the things that give you that moment of calmness, bring things back into order? It gives the chance just to reflect on that. Again, a wee Bible verse when you feel like you're struggling to keep it all together. 2 Corinthians chapter 1. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, Father of compassion, God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles. Perhaps that would help somebody. The thought that there's a God who helps us hold it together. I also put in a heart, a little felt heart. You can buy these in craft packs, get a couple of hundred at a time. For many people, this is a time when they feel they are dealing with broken hearts, literally, with the losses that they've faced. It could be the loss of a person in this current pandemic. It could be the loss of a job, of a routine, of contact with friends. There are so many things that break our hearts at this moment. This is a very simple reflection. The idea is if you feel your heart is breaking, here's a new one. Here's a new heart. Here's something to hold in your hand and think about the power of a loving heart. Could you reach out to friends who have got broken hearts at the moment, to family members? I know you can't go and see them physically, but what could you do to help heal a broken heart? A text, a video call, a letter, a good old-fashioned letter. And if your own heart is breaking, just take out this little heart, a reassurance that the heart will heal. If your heart is broken, here's a whole heart. Again, a little verse I connect to this, John 14. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God. I put in a little smile. Teachers, you use these a lot, don't you? You stick these on good work that you're happy with. I think there's a very simple symbolism in this too. For a people that feel, when will we ever smile again? What's funny about the current situation? Just to be able to have a smile, to get out a smile and think, we will smile again one day. Look for the joy in these situations. Look for the things that are positive. Look around at the things that will make you smile. Remember the good times. They will come back. So when you feel like you're never going to smile again, you're never going to laugh again, it's never going to be normal, you pull out that smile and you think about that too. Again, a simple verse from Revelation 7. It says, there'll come a time when God will wipe away every tear. No more death or mourning or crying or pain. That's a promise to hold on to. Another little item I slip in the comfort box is just a smooth river stone. A pebble. Again, you can buy these in craft packs. But if you take that pebble and you hold it against your face, it's cold, but it's smooth. Hold it in your hand and think, these days, everything feels cold, hard. Sometimes just to get up in the morning, it's getting hard. There's much that feels hard about coping at this time, particularly if you are dealing with grief and loss, because you can't even do that in a normal way these days. So that feels hard. Take that out, that stone, hold it in your hand, let the coldness touch your face, acknowledge those feelings. You try and bottle them up, it doesn't work. It will tear you apart. The curious thing is, when you face it head on, when you explore these feelings and you hold to that stone, keep it in your hand, you can pray for a softening of all that's hard. And the curious thing is, the longer you hold this and the more tightly you hold it, the warmer it becomes. And after a while, when you touch it to your face, it's not cold anymore. It actually brings a warmth. I find that helpful when I'm thinking about people I've lost. The feeling is always there, but as time goes by, as I hold on to the things that I remember about them, I begin to smile again. I feel the warmth. I remember the good things. And like a smooth stone, time does wear down the rough edges, the hard points. Again, I connect that to a verse from Psalm 71. In you, O Lord, I've taken refuge. Be my rock of refuge, to which I can always go. A comfort box, obviously, I've connected it very much to my faith. But what could you put in a box like this? What could you create and make that would help staff and pupils? It's a very simple thing, and yet it gives a space, a quiet place, an oasis, a time to think and reflect, a time to find peace. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be with you.